I'm Red Beard the Hippy here with Molten out of Omaha, correct? All right. I know some stuff. And the guy from Maiku, who's also in Molten.
And the Dive Kings.
And the Dive Kings. And the other 12 bands that he hasn't got up and running yet.
So drummers do. No time for that.
So let's see, I've already seen you, so let's tell the people what style of music you guys do.
Thrash metal. Pretty straightforward. I mean, we like billing it as groove thrash. I mean, if you're a fan of obviously the big four, but like Pantera, that kind of stuff, or lots of
I definitely say Pantera is
dueling solos. Thrash metal is where we like to bill ourselves in general. But yeah, for sure.
Right. Pantera is definitely.
We've gotten heavier.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like we've definitely dabbled in heavier than thrash, but we're still technically in that thrash.
vocally definitely heavier than thrash. So whatever style that is.
What would you call that?
I don't
Pantera.
know. Honestly, if I was gonna put a weird name to it, I'd say death thrash.
Death thrash.
I think that's kind of like a perfect, because it's not quite death metal, but it's not quite thrash. It's kind of like they both had this weird baby together.
Hardcore death thrash?
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
you
That
go.
sounds even cooler.
Yeah, hardcore death thrash. That could be a good one.
We've just created a new style of music.
You listen to the riffs though; they're all old. They're old school. A lot of them are. We were heavily influenced by all those bands back in the day.
Oh yeah, I can,
Heavily.
because it's very groovy. You can get to it, and then there's kick to the head, and then the new vocal style is completely different than when I saw you with the previous vocalist and the previous drummer.
Right.
Who are off doing their own thing in another band that's doing really well.
Good things. Like I said, happy. I'm happy for them. 100%.
100%.
Yeah, and we were doing some talking, and I mean, each one is its own entity and definitely stands alone. It's not like, one person. A lot of the times you see other members break off into other bands, they sound very similar, and you can't tell the.
That's true.
The other two guitar players are too young to sound like us.
They're monsters in themselves. I mean, we like DJ.
But they're really good.
Yeah.
They haven't had near as many gray hairs or surgeries or weather.
Titanium, maybe.
They can't tell the weather yet by the body where it's. Oh, elbow's acting up. Rainstorm's coming in.
Right.
Yeah, but it is cool to see that both of these bands kind of go off in their own direction and become something more than what they were before.
Right. It was actually kind of a relief because it was a little acrimonious for a second.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Everybody's
that
happy where
decision
they're at.
took us 3 years to make. It wasn't like something that happened overnight.
Yeah.
So, because Rob's our brother, we loved him.
Absolutely.
And he's doing really good in Gravestone.
Gravestone.
Yeah.
So shout out to
100%.
Zach.
Can't wait to
100%,
play with them
'cause
sometime.
It is.
That
it is a
would
thing.
be actually kind of cool to see.
It'd be a
Yeah.
good show.
We welcome
So
it.
we're actually
Yeah.
getting ready to go in the studio.
Yeah.
We're going to record a single, make sure that's done before the Exodus show,
Yep.
which is a monster deal for me, for them too.
Yeah.
But I was listening to them when they were back in the day.
December 14th at the Slowdown.
At the
Check us
Slowdown.
with Exodus and Viscerous.
Because I know Visitors was talking high, like they were super stoked on that
Yeah,
one.
it's gonna be wild.
I'm like this. Seriously.
Dude.
We got it. Somebody just hit me. I want to make sure. Okay, that hurt.
Yeah, no shit.
So how long have you guys been a band?
The new formation.
The new formation's been about a year.
I'd say last November we really got together.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
when we started practicing, rehearsing old material, writing new material. Probably last November, so almost a year now.
I don't
Honestly,
think I
we
joined
were
really
in
didn't do
December,
anything
January?
I think I joined
Until-
in January.
until
So maybe January for
Yeah.
the whole mix. Yeah.
From the top with the EPs you can find, we've been around since 2016.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Just been a
On the road. I mean, not to harp on the fucking naysayer, but it's COVID, right? That took such a big toll on live music in general. It's one of the first times we were able to get out of here, actually, after all that went down. But having that take a big toll for a while, we had some big shows. And we've seen a few reformations. We actually, one of our older drummers, he left specifically just because he was in college at that time, and COVID took a year hiatus. Like, dude, you got shit to do. Go do your life, man. So being able to kind of move forward from there, it's been, God, what, 7 years now, dude?
7 years.
It's pretty wild.
That's
That
crazy.
it's been a ride. But now that we're back out of COVID, we have these three.
So he
It's
used to
very
work
important.
with me, and I was at work, and I'm like, I was playing in a couple bands, but they weren't what I wanted to do, and I wanted to play in a heavy band before, I hang my guitar up, and so I went to him at work because he worked for me for a decade. And I'm like, You're playing bass.
Alright, fuck. Sure, I guess.
And then we went online and looked at Sweetwater and bought a couple basses right then.
Pretty much, dude. That
And
was
7 years later, like here it is.
doing
you know?
interviews and hanging out.
Like through all the formations, all the evolutions, all of the grinding with these 3 members, I feel like this band has been something cohesive, especially for me, just creatively, that I think I don't know where we're going to be in 2 years, but I'm excited for it. And it's going to be fun to see us as a new form keep evolving. So I'm excited for that.
That's also the cool thing seeing with bands is where that rather than they hit that plateau and they just kind of where they're like, okay, we're doing good here and we're just going to stay here. They never continue to push themselves.
It's funny you said that because
that's not what we felt, you know.
that was some impetus before, you know, but we had a bunch of material written, and it just, you know, for whatever reason it wasn't getting done, you know, in a band situation, you know. And
having these guys around, like I would say without speaking on a term, I mean, like, this is the strongest that this band has been. I mean, like, we're able to hang out, we do things on our own time, hanging out together, and like make sure we have time to just go get dinner, fuck around. Right. And like, I don't know if you swear on YouTube.
Oh, you can say whatever the fuck you want. That's the cool thing about my channel.
I would say, I mean, like, with much love to what this band has been, since it's been around for 7 years, like, this is the strongest form that I think that we've had of this. This might not be in our final form, but like us all evolving and pushing ourselves. Well, maybe not new members. What I'm saying is being able to just get tighter and tighter as we keep going further. Like, I'm very happy to, like, again, hit the studio with these guys, put out a couple more singles, things you guys haven't heard, but also things that, like, if you come see us live, it's the only way to catch the things that we're doing now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Well,
So,
and
yeah, between this guy being like, I did 20 bands like a good drummer should. So the goddamn Lord's work. But,
well, you find that one drummer that's really good, and everybody's like, "Ooh, come join our band."
please, I don't care.
Aaron
man.
definitely adds like something different to this band. I'll say that. Like, there was a consistency in the style before where you're like, okay, I kind of know what to expect. And then Aaron came in and kind of changed things up, and I think it's for the better. Like, I think you
at the same time.
add something new to this band that's not quite expected.
Well, and then even like with his other band, Mike Who, is a completely different style than what you guys have. So
these two play in Before We Die, which is
like
what
metal,
we call it, new metal, new
like
rock.
metalcore, alternative rock.
Yeah.
Like,
anymore
modern
trying to
metal.
figure out what label things
so
are.
hard.
The other band I
Yeah.
play in, though, is pretty easy. It's a punk rock band. It's
Yeah. Pretty straight up.
straight up
Confusion
hardcore
there.
punk. There ain't no, well, what is this?
No
You go to the
ifs,
show,
ands,
that's
and
punk
buts.
rock. You know, so.
Okay, now but then like everything's got so many subgenres.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
like, what are you? We're a metal band. We're a heavy metal band. We're a thrash metal. We're aggressive metal.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now I know what to
New
expect.
genre at the top of this thing.
Yeah, and we had the new
I
genre
definitely would say
attitude.
we're pretty aggressive.
Oh yeah.
Definitely aggressive.
In your face. That's the whole fucking goal.
If you don't
There's
feel
a lot of
threatened at a
energy on
certain
stage,
point, we
too.
haven't done our jobs. So
A lot of energy. Like, there's a lot of power.
yeah.
Oh yeah, seeing you guys with the other members versus now, I talked with you guys about it. You know, there's definitely more cohesive, whatever that fucking word is. And it's still.
I'm so excited to be here.
Okay.
So, you know,
We're having the time of our lives with this band, and I think it really shows on stage. And I think if you come to one of our shows and you don't feel something, you're not fucking paying attention, or you're hanging out in the bathroom. Like,
Or you're outside smoking
we
the whole
bring
damn
it, and
time.
we bring it 200%
Welcome
every
outside.
single time. I think that's what makes us
That's the
cohesive.
that's
is
the
just
advantage
we
of
try
wireless.
to put everything into every show we play. So
Well, and if you also leave stage and you're like, man, I should have given more. If you don't get off stage, you're like, everything hurts. I'm winded. I'm tired. Leave me alone for 5 minutes.
yeah, right.
dude, I could barely walk the next day.
Right.
Seriously.
I need to take my time after every set for sure. Yeah.
And it used to be like, oh, I got hangover recovery time. Now it's, fuck, I got,
Advil and recovery.
I'm dying.
Yeah, I don't even party anymore, and I'm destroyed.
Where's my icy hot heating pad?
Shit, man, yeah, for
But
real.
that's just the nature of the music. That's just the nature of the music. We put everything we have into it, you know.
Yeah.
And that's the point of the live shows. The bands need to come off feeling just as tired as the audience does, and then everybody knows that they had a great time.
For sure. I think you'll see that if you come see us live. So again, come see us December 14th with Exodus and Viscerus at the Slowdown in Omaha, Nebraska. if you want a little bit of taste of what we have to offer. I think that's going to be your best bet. Right?
Plus,
And
we
we're
have
live streaming
pre-sale
tonight,
tickets.
right? Live
We have
streaming
pre-sale
tonight.
tickets for $25, which is going to be way cheaper
Yeah.
than if you try to buy them before the show.
Beat
And
the
you can
fees
also
and
find
hit
them on
us up.
Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and
Yeah.
Twitter
Just hit
and
us up if you want
TikTok and
tickets.
Like Aaron was
Yes, sir.
saying, we do these things, so we stream them live. Sometimes we're gonna try and stream it live in our Discord tonight.
Yeah.
So you know.
Yeah.
Right
We
on.
put them out. So like I said, Facebook, Discord, YouTube. We always put live videos out. So before we put out, I would say, like, I guess preliminarily, because we had the idea to put out Oblivious as an EP. We could call it Oblivious still for now if we want. Like that's the goal.
Who knows?
But who fucking knows?
Who
right?
fucking knows?
We're still doing all this, but like I said, so before we put out a new EP, like I said, yeah, if you want to get a taste of what we do, we have videos all over YouTube. We stream live on our
I gotta go set
Discord.
up my drum.
Yeah, we've
I got it.
Yeah, we got it.
and you guys got to get inside. So I appreciate the time.